The economic storm is almost here. The economic hurricane has been strengthening, but it's about to make landfall and come roaring across America. That's something the Biden administration even admits, as we've been showing you for quite some time right here on America's Voice Live. And as these giant storms often go, they will hit those that can least afford it the hardest. It will wipe out entire populations financially like a trailer park because those savings at the bottom, well, it's thin, if it exists at all, meaning they have no hope of surviving a financial calamity like the one being created by helpless Joe Biden and his cast of fools. Let's be clear. This financial hurricane is a monster. It's shaping up to be a major storm, maybe a class 4 or even a class 5, if you will. And yet Joe Biden continues to react with no urgency at all. There is no added intensity, in fact, from anyone in the White House. Americans are nearing panic now because this White House has ushered in the coming financial disaster with its reckless energy policies and its reckless spending. And has flooded trillions of dollars into the country. And again, this isn't something the Biden administration doesn't know how to stop. They don't want to stop it. And how do I know? Well, let's go to the tape. Here's then Senator Joe Biden back in 2006 expressing outrage when gas had reached $3 a gallon back then. Listen.
With oil prices, we were at our conference lunch today, and someone said, oil is going to go to $4 a gallon. And Senator Boxer, sitting next to me, said it's already $4 a gallon in my hometown in California. Well, it is well over $3 a gallon in most of our constituencies, and we're paying that money, in my view, because we lack an energy policy.
So at one time, he at least knew the importance of a sound energy policy. So it's not like the administration doesn't understand. They do, at least they did. So it's either incredibly incompetent or it's intentional. How could you arrive at any other conclusion at this point? Quite honestly, Americans are coming to that conclusion more every day, that the administration either has no idea what it's doing to get things under control, or they just don't care and are doing this to us on purpose. What do you think? Either way, Americans' anxiety and anger is rising. Gas prices set new all-time records pretty much every day. So does diesel fuel. And because of that, groceries are becoming too expensive for some families to even buy anymore. Think about that. And it's everything on the shelf shooting up. And the lackadaisical response from the socialists and the man sleeping in the Oval Office has people rightfully fed up and demanding change. Oh, and by the way, that includes the woman who's supposed to be in charge of all of this, the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen. This is her job. Here's what she said, by the way, about rising gas prices. Listen closely.
The administration has done everything that they can to bring down energy costs, for example, through an historic release of 1 million barrels a day from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and energy prices, gas prices, while very high, have risen a lot. They would be higher without that. But Putin's war in Ukraine is having impacts on energy and food prices globally.
You know, Americans have already figured out none of that's true. We can see that the president, he's not doing everything he can to solve the energy crisis. Not even close. Doesn't look like he's doing much at all, in fact. Oh, and here's what she said about inflation. This should be her number one focus. Remember, she said not that long ago that it wasn't a big deal. It was transitory. As we were coming back from the pandemic and demand rose, the problem is inflation is still going up, getting worse. Why could that be? Listen.
There's no question that we have huge inflation pressures, that inflation is really our top economic problem at this point, and that it's critical that we address it. So I do expect inflation to remain high, although I very much hope that it will be coming down now.
She hopes? She hopes it will be coming down?